Hey everybody, how's it going today? It is me, Captain Energy, and today we are taking a look at Augmented Strings Intro from Arturia. Now this just came out last week. It's a brand new synthesizer that incorporates sampling and synthesis into the same device. Now in the way that it's incorporating it is kind of unique. What they've done is they have taken real instrument samples from stringed instruments and synthesized versions of those same instruments, and then blended the two in a way that has allowed them to give us, as musicians, warm, realistic strings that at the same time are playable as instruments. Normally with sampled instruments you get the articulations that are provided and that's it. With synthesized instruments you can do whatever articulations you want, but it may not sound as realistic as a sample. By blending the two, they're able to give us the best of both worlds. The downside of this instrument, there is a slight downside, is that this thing is processor hungry. I can only get, on this particular machine I'm using right now, which is a notebook, I can only get between 2 and 4 voices out of it without getting crackle, even with enhancing my sound buffer. So it could use a little optimization, I feel like, but it's not bad and it's quite nice sounding. So it's the kind of thing that I'd be willing to find ways to utilize in my workflow for the quality of it. Also, on the plus side of this current release, it is free until the end of the month. So, I mean, they could be working on it still, tweaking it, and maybe they're just trying to get some feedback. So definitely give me your feedback in the comments below, because I'm forwarding all this to Arturia, or I'm going to, let them know that I'm reviewing this so they can come and review the comments and see if there's anything useful to them. So right now I'm using this in Reason. I'm going to let you hear a couple of the sounds and give you a look at the interface. I'm not going to do a crazy in-depth review. There have been a bunch of really good reviews of this synth already. I just want to give you a look at it and see what you think. All right, let's take a look in Reason. All right, so here we are in Reason, and here is Augmented Strings Intro. Now, one thing I didn't say earlier that I wanted to and meant to was that the name Intro, first of all, implies that this is the kind of light version of something. I'm assuming, and this is maybe a big assumption, but I'm pretty sure I'm on track. I usually am pretty close to on the nail or on the money with these type of assumptions, that there will be an advanced or pro or something version of this that is better than what we have here, especially when you hear some of the patches and the different samples and synthesis that went into the patches. You'll know pretty quickly that this instrument has a lot more to offer than what is being exposed here on the interface of this very simple instrument. As far as from our perspective, very simple. If you look into the, actually I'll show you this real quick. If you look over here in the settings, and you go to MIDI, you'll see that there are some knobs mapped or sliders mapped, but you'll also see that if you click, like you want to add one right here, you'll see that there are all these different controls that can be accessed. Now they can't be accessed obviously from this, simple buttons out the front here, but they are in here and can be mapped to a controller. Now in this light version, or this intro version, I should say, you can only access a certain number of them. It doesn't seem like you can add more. You can only modify what is here. If you add more, it doesn't give you the controls to really change them. But I can tell you, as a Reason user, I have found that I can map these controllers, or these controls, to a combinator. And I have started to build a kind of, I'll call it like a sidecar remap of the controls that are in here, so that you'd be able to control parts of this that, I guess, frankly, we're not supposed to be able to with the intro version. But, and that's something I may show you guys in another video. Right now, I'm just it's still very early in the development of that. Anyway, let's take a look over here and see what else there is to offer here. We have on the left, there's a Resize Window. You can go, right now I'm at 70%, 90% is, still fits on the screen pretty good. I usually go at about 50 or 60% just because it takes up so much of my screen. It makes it hard to function otherwise, other than looking at this. I don't know why it had to be this big. I guess just for these pictures kind of on the side. I don't really see the purpose of it. They're neat. They animate. I've got the animation turned off because I don't feel like wasting processing power on them, especially where I'm dealing with a notebook processor and I have it on I don't have it running on maximum power per se on the notebook. I have it running energy efficient mode, and rather than go through and continually changing my settings back and forth, I just decided to work with it from here. Anyway, the polyphony on this particular instrument is set to 8. You can see the voice steal method. There are 2. There's reassign or rotate. I'll leave it to you to mess with those and figure that out, which one you like better for your particular sound. There's you can change your pitch bend and glide time right here. You can set portamento or legato. Then down here, you see this MPE settings, enable MPE. I don't have an MPE compatible controller. If you do, you could enable this and you would get maybe more articulation out of this than I could. Over here, I'm going to hide this setting screen just to get it out off the screen, make a little room for me to maneuver here. The library of sounds that comes with this is right here. If I click the name of this patch right here, you'll see that it says all presets, which these are all the presets that are included. Or you can go by category. There are some different categories here. So I could say I want to go for this orange sound. I could play it now. That's basically how you choose your samples one way. There's also this full browser right here, which shows, for example, I can see what I recently used. I can see what I liked, if there were any that I liked in particular. I can see any of my saved presets, my saved banks, or banks that I might have. Right now I'm using the factory bank, mainly because that's all there is right now. You can sort by style. You can go over here and I can go, I want stuff that is whatever, punchy, classic, get rid of, pick melodic and warm. And then when I go back out here, it will show me what sounds it thinks match those characteristics. You can create your own types. You can create your own sample, your own sounds, not samples, but you can modify the sounds that are here. But that's really all you have. You don't have the ability to create a completely new patch in the intro version here. Is that bad? I mean, I don't think so. I think it's pretty good for a free instrument. Now let's take a look right here. We have Reverb and Delay, okay, which kind of work as expected, We have effects 1, or A and B. A affects the left side, and B affects the right side. You can tell by the color of the band here what it's affecting. Okay, and the left side, this side, the orangey kind of side, is the sampled side of this instrument. So when you change this, it's affecting the samples. When you change this, it's affecting the synthesis part. This morph knob in the middle lets you choose what you want to emphasize or eliminate. If you turn it all the way down, you're all samples. Turn it all the way up, you're all synthesis. Or you can blend to somewhere in between. All right, then we have color right up here, which kind of seems like a brightness type. Time adjusts different things on different instruments. Basically, I've seen it affect things that might be an LFO. It affects the sometimes it affects the attack or the release, and motion. And motion up here. Can you hear that? The tremolo. And that's basically the instrument. There are a bunch of sounds here to look through. I would recommend you go through them. and see which ones you like. That's basically the whole instrument. So if you have any questions about this video, feel free to hit me up in the comments. I will put links to the download in the description, and I will also later update the description with a link to the video with my sidecar project that I'm working on for this instrument for our Reason community. That way, if you're interested in that, you'll be able to get to it. I hope you found this video helpful or interesting at least. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. And oh, don't forget to get it, because at the end of the month, or the beginning of next month, May, that is, when May starts, this becomes a purchased product, no longer free. So get it while you can. All right, have an awesome day. I look forward to talking to you all later. Bye.